It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Milwaukee Bucks at Fiserv Forum. Well, for Milwaukee, they've won 8 of their last 10, looking really strong. They've got to be pleased. And we've got a chance to watch one of the hotter rookies in the league. Shea's been a fantastic find.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports. It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. Mitchell is the 2 with Ingles at the 3. Here we go. Bogdanovich out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard. Here's Antetokounmpo. 29 points for him last game against Detroit. Bill, in the age of positionless players and positionless basketball, is there any player that your opinion is more versatile than Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think KD is probably more versatile because he can basically do anything you want offensively and guard for the 5 positions defensively. I think what makes Giannis so unique is he's basically a center, but doesn't have to play center and can play any of the 5 positions. But if you look at his stats last year versus any Shaq season, it's basically the same season. He's doing 27 and 13. He's protecting the rim. You don't think of him as a center, but he really is. But I think what makes him special and what is the next level for him is his ability to play point forward or point center on one end, but then protect the rim on the other end. And once he adds that last piece offensively, which, you know, for Kawhi, it wasn't until, like, what, 2017? And he had that, all of a sudden he could create that little 18-footer for himself, and then he became unstoppable. That's the last piece for Giannis.
This guy's a big-time gamer. Eric Bledsoe, unstoppable.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill. And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And there's the pass to DiVincenzo. Back to Bledsoe. Beyond the arc. The Bucks. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
Really, you know what? Trying to keep Antetokounmpo off the glass, that's a tough assignment because he's long and he can leap.
Here's Mitchell against New Orleans, who is really on his game. Shea kicks to Mitchell. And here's Shea outside. That shot off. Bledsoe with the defensive effort.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Now here's Lopez. An 11-point game for him in the win against Detroit.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
On the wing, Ingles. Back to Shea. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s Clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that. And a bit of a first for Shea, as he was named Player of the Week for the past week. Great performances from him.
And Kevin, how could they not name him Player of the Week with the way he played over the last few games? Fantastic production from him, and glad he got the award.
Here's Giannis. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Giannis has got 9.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
You're right on target there, Greg. Of the last 10 points they've allowed, 8 have come from in close. Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be. But so far, that's not been the case.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Pass to Bledsoe. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Well, it's easy to score when you're facing very little resistance. That's why their offense looks so good in that one.
Well, I think it was a combination of things, quite honestly, but the defense didn't really offer them a challenge all night. I agree with that.
And perhaps no 7-footer in the league. Bill has increased his range, more success. One of the guys I really enjoy watching, Brook Lopez.
Yeah, he was one of the big winners last season. The three-point thing became such a thing for Lopez that I actually think they forgot sometimes, especially in the playoffs, that he's also a really good low-post player. And I thought he had advantages in the Toronto series where, especially on mismatches, when he could have really torched them and they just weren't going to him. So
he can block some shots. I mean, he can do a lot of things in that field.
I like his inside-outside game. And by the way, he was like the 9th pick in the draft. Like, he's a real guy. He was somebody.
Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bucks?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
And that one falls for Middleton.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's George Hill. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Lets it go with a 3. Conley grabs the miss. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. It's a 13-point game. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. And that game will be game 2 of 5 out on the road.
Man, how about the visions of the hometown hero, George Hill, spotting a teammate and whipping it over quickly.
Murray gets to Conley. Now Murray. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Could have been much better defense. I mean, you can't give this guy any room to operate.
Middleton outside. Out to the right wing. Here's DiVincenzo. He picked up 15 points in their last one against Detroit.
Boy, he was piling up those assists in that one. I mean, every pass seemed to be on time and on target.
And here's Jay outside. Another miss by Jay. Bucks leading by 12. Though for quite a while you've been a holder of Clippers season tickets. I've seen you there myself. I know you love the game and love just to watch as a fan and sometimes take off your professional hat. How much have you enjoyed watching them compete and in a lot of cases out-compete the Lakers over the last couple years?
It's funny, this last Clippers team was by far the most fun of all those teams. They were successful with Chris Paul and Blake and DeAndre in that era, but those teams weren't that much fun to watch. This last year's Clipper team, people just love them and were really, really invested in them, and that's why I could see them really knocking the Lakers out of there a little bit. The Lakers still have the DNA, the generations, but at some point, it's going to flip.
If not already.
The people haven't decided yet that they're Laker fans. You got to get like the 8-year-olds.
Yes.
That's who you have to get, and then they grow up and they become Clipper fans. So maybe that's happening.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo is the reigning MVP. He's the second Bucks player to win it since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And he's the 3rd youngest MVP in league history. Kevin, he's just scratching the surface of what he'll do in this league.
You said it, DA, and some good facts in your report, too. Thank you. Well, you know that Beats is very familiar with using top NBA talent to promote their products. Latest I've heard, they've signed on Shea to be the latest spokesman.
And Beats is tied so closely with the NBA as their official headphones partner. It just makes sense. You've seen guys like LeBron and Draymond and Harden all do Beats commercials, and in a short time, you'll add Shea to that impressive list. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Fires the three. That one's not going to go. The Bucks go the other way with it. 17 points was their biggest margin. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And the bench turned up in that one. Whatever they couldn't get from their starters, they got from the reserves.
Well, you know, you hear about the importance of having depth all the time, bench players that contribute. In last game, their bench came alive.
Lopez, he's checked in for Robin Lopez.
I think that's why Hill's teammates really like him. I mean, he gets to the hoop rapidly and really does it in a simple-looking fashion.
And from everything we're hearing, Bill, the draft's one and done aspect may be coming to an end. Like it?
For me, the G League is the key to all this. I would like to see the guys come right out of high school and go into the G League and have an actual infrastructure that's attached to the real team.
And the G League is having an effect on the NBA. There are a lot of former guys from that league playing in the big league.
And the other thing is, like, sports rights are becoming more and more valuable with the streaming services and just the fact that you can watch a game anywhere you are. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it if you're in China. You can watch it if you're in Hawaii. And I think the G League should be a bigger thing. So if they can figure out a way to kind of steal college basketball's corner with some of this stuff while also preparing these guys. The one and done, that makes no sense to me. I don't understand what anyone gains from going to college for 5 months and then pretend they're a college student.
Buries the long-range jumper. And that's now 27 points for Shea.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Make it 5 for 10 with him in that bucket.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Yeah, and, you know, the game of basketball, as you well know, Greg and guys, is a game of runs. So their offense is starting to move in a positive direction now. Nice upswing here.
Gobert the pass to Best. And they double up Shea. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Hill passes to Lopez. Fires for 3. Utah with the rebound. Last time they met was in Utah.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
And sometimes that can be a motivating factor. May very well light a fire under them tonight. Nobody likes to be dominated on the glass like that.
There's the lob into the Kumbo. Up high to stop the alley-oop.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Mitchell with it. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. With the length of the Bucks, Bill, the shooting, the capacity to push the tempo, this is a frighteningly good team to try to defend.
It is, unless it's the third round of the playoffs. Then they become super easy to defend because everybody's afraid to take a jump shot. Yeah, they play with pace. They spread the floor for Giannis, and they're really good at running everything through him while everybody else around him is somebody that complements him.
Right coach? Was it the right coach, you think, at the right time for where these were?
Yeah, it was the right coach for about 92 games last year, and then it kind of flipped a little bit. I think, you know, the big thing for them is who can be their second shot creator when the other team takes out Giannis. And we usually you find that out during the playoffs. Take out Giannis, who's creating a shot?
Yes.
Nobody could do that in the Toronto series last year, and that's what killed them.
5 to shoot. Pass to Best. Fires from deep. It doesn't go for him. And Milwaukee will come the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. Middleton the pass to Bledsoe. Gobert with the block. Well, Bill, yet another engaging conversation. Thanks for stopping by. We always appreciate your time.
Yeah, next time let's talk about the hard salary cap. I think the people really love that one. Yeah, I have some ideas.
You'd make it interesting.
I have some luxury tax ideas. Yeah, we'll get super technical.
I would be here for that one.
Okay.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Here's Bledsoe. Lets it fly. Milwaukee the rebound. And Giannis throws it down.
And he's got it going now. When he's in this kind of a zone, I think the D's happy to just get out of Antetokounmpo's way.
Mitchell with the bounce pass. From deep, Shea. Rebound, Milwaukee.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jump.
And maybe shying away from contact a bit too, Greg. I mean, their free throw attempts are also down from the first quarter.
Mitchell in the corner. Back to Jay. Another miss by Utah.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And we finished one half of basketball. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals. Improved substitution here for Milwaukee. Williams, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Matthews, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And George Hills subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Bradley. Shea is out there with Moutier. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Niang in at the power forward. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve the rebound?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
Back to Jay, and they double up Jay. Passes it to Niang. Jay outside. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight.
You know, scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
And the basket by Hill.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
The pass to Moutier. Here's Niang, guarded by Bledsoe. Pulls up. Shea, no good.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
The Jazz shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
For 3. Good. Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. Bledsoe against Moutier. Shot from 12. No good from Bledsoe. And here's Che. 33 points for him. The 3-ball. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, Che.
And you just look at the point totals that he has posted up during that time frame. Just some unreal numbers. Hard to argue with him as the pick when he is just putting up huge stats on offense and carrying this team with his scoring ability.
Milwaukee has gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Now here is Hill. He's got 10. Bledsoe outside. No good on the triple.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
He gets it in there.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Milwaukee leading by 23. He kicks to Hill. .131 left to play in the third. And the Bucks miss again. And so it's Moutier with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Best's shot is good.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Moutier against Bledsoe. Now here's Williams. He's covered closely. Back to Bledsoe. On the wing, Williams. He has 5. And that one, good.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Jazz.
O'Neal against Matthews. Nice ball movement by Utah. Back to Che. Lets it go from deep. Milwaukee with the rebound. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. Hill has the open look. Buries it from 3-point range. Hill's got 13.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. 15 points in the game. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Bucks on top, delivering the blowout. And now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they
Bucks with some changes. Robin Lopez is checked in for Sterling Brown. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Pat Connaughton, and George Hill's subbed in for Matthews. We've got Antetokounmpo, George Hill out there with Marvin Williams. Then there's Robin Lopez, and it's Ilyasova in at the small forward position. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. On the wing, Williams over Che. Williams' shot is off. Jazz have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. And here's Che outside. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. A different look for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Williams. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-3 run right now. On the wing, Giannis. He's covered by Bogdanovic. And Giannis gets it to go.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
Hill with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Middleton. Here's Lopez. shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
No easy options for the defense when Lopez gets in deep.
Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Williams, he's checked in for Antetokounmpo. Sterling Brown comes in for Chris Middleton. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Pat Connaughton in for George Hill. Here's Connaughton, covered by Che. The two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Shot to stop the run. Korver with the defensive effort.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bucks.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
Another miss by Utah. And the foul called on Shea. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. It was a Taylor. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. The other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from there.